guys. Welcome to the Man United Agenda, and it's Thursday evening. We should be playing in Europa League, but we're not. We could have been playing in the Champions League, but we're not. So we're playing Celebrity Squares tonight on the Man United Agenda. Now, welcome everyone. Hope everyone is good at home. I want to say shout out to Mr. B, just finishing his Black Forest trifle or Gatto.
Gatto.
Yeah, Ghetto. Yeah. How was that, Mr. B? You enjoy that?
Absolutely effing fantastic, mate. That's what it was.
What did you have? Just talk us through your. Did you have a main meal, and you finished off with the Gatto? How did it go?
On Monday, I came home from work. I've eaten ages ago. I needed to eat. I had a slice of cake like this, mate.
Oh God!
Like this. Pint and a half of milk. I'm done. As soon as this show's finished, I'm going to bed.
How are you so thin, and healthy? I don't get it.
I'm probably not healthy, but I am definitely bloody thin, mate. I'm on day. Stop it. But yeah, that probably does help, to be fair.
When I stopped, I put on loads of weight. When I stopped, and
I'm not stopping then. I don't want to be like you.
Bath time with Vaughan, Darius. You got so many names to go by, but how are you doing today, man? How's work? Have you eaten? Have you had any dessert? Because I know you love your ice cream.
I do, but we only have ice cream in the summer on Mondays, and summer has not been officially announced. So no ice cream till then. I actually haven't eaten today. I've just realised I completely forgot.
You forgot to eat?
Yeah, sometimes I
thank you, Dora.
My God. Go eat right now. Go eat right now.
Dora, you're out of your mind. It's far too late to eat now. If you eat now, you get fat. And I don't want to be fat. So, I mean, even looking at Mr. B eating a cake has now got me worried that I'm going to absorb those calories. Which is a great insight into the anxieties in my life. But I'm really tired of Monday. I'm looking forward to you energizing me about this Manchester United team that I'm kind of, I don't know, wavering a little bit on at the moment.
Okay, what we're going to do, me and Dora are going to be on the side of Man United. We're going to, like a big cake, we're going to cut it down the middle. Dora, me and you are on Man United tonight, and these two over there are going to be anti-Man United. That's how it's going to go. Dora, talk to me. You two, you and Mr. B in bath time, the bees.
Why is Mr. anti-United? I'm not anti-United.
What were you saying? You want some positivity about United? Okay, all right. Okay, well, let's change that then. Dora, what have you eaten today? We're talking meals. We've seen Mr. B stuff his face with Black Forest Gatto. You wouldn't even know it. He's not even spilt it on his white shirt. How can you wear white and eat a big old thing like that and not even have a stain? What have you eaten today, Dora?
I have no idea what I've eaten. I think I ate. I didn't want to bother with the whole cooking. I made a soup, which is kind of, poor people made that soup. It's like in 10 minutes done. It's great. It's a German, soup, really old. People
broth,
from
like
Central.
A broth.
It's like something like that. It's people when they didn't have any money to buy or an egg from a chicken, they literally would do is that. I'm not.
Do we need to send you money?
No. You make that like poor people ate that in the.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. No. Oh my God, I'm not.
Did you say buy an egg from a chicken?
No, if you don't have you don't have chicken or an
chicken's
egg or...
like running farmhouse, like shop.
Oh my God! You have no idea where I live. I have chicken.
You have a chicken?
Yes, I have.
What's he?
Just one.
No, I have 5 of them. We had more, but they all died. Most of them died. We now have 5.
Yeah.
And they are giving eggs every single day. 2 eggs every day. It's not bad.
Wow.
But
from 5 chickens.
More. Yes, we have chicken who lay eggs.
Yeah, but you said you had 5.
They have names.
Don't they
Sorry?
Do they have names?
The chickens?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Sleepy, happy, grumpy. What are they called?
I'm living in a more rural. Oh my God, you're going to think like I'm a Heidi in the mountains or something. No, I'm not from Zagreb, which is a capital city. I'm not in the middle of the city, but
Tell us what the chickens are called.
have you want to? We have one. I mean, the ones that had names, they kind of died, but I have one that I know. She's called Snasha, which is a nickname for old. It's a nickname of old ladies that lived in the past.
Right.
For example, you meet a traditional, like a babushka in Russia, but here we call it Snasha, right? So yeah, I know that one, and she doesn't have feathers on her neck, and she's really wacky, and I absolutely love her. But yeah, most of them died. We had Snezha, which is like a Snow White, but nickname in Croatia is, we say Snegulica for Snow White, and we call her Snezha because she was white. We had Shokica, which is another nickname for an old lady from the past. So yeah, I have chicken, and we have small chickens but I will tell you about them after the stream. I have a parrot, I have a dog, and yeah, sometimes kittens come here as well, and they beg for food.
Hell.
But yeah, I'm living in a more rural, not in the middle of the city. But
You live on a farm?
Not on the farm. Oh my God, I'm not. I don't have a farm. I knew it. Like, I'm in a smaller town. I would just say I'm in civilization, guys. We have great internet here and everything. I'm not, in the isolation, but yeah, I live in a smaller town where you can have something like chickens, or some people have pigs as well, but they don't have farms necessarily. I will tell you after the stream in more detail. Don't worry.
Dora, just a couple of questions on this chicken.
Oh God.
Okay.
It wasn't chicken soup you had tonight, was it?
No, it wasn't chicken soup, but I absolutely love it, by the way. Look, I'm sorry for vegetarians and for vegans, but we love meat here. I'm so sorry about it. And you know what? I wish I would start smoking so I can get thinner like that, because I hate going on a diet. In all honesty, I hate it. So,
maybe you grow something in your farm.
Yeah. Oh my God, I have a story about that as well. I will tell you after the stream. But...
Yeah.
We're going to go through the comments, but yeah. I
Bournemouth preview.
Oh yeah, it's Bournemouth preview. I forgot about that. Yeah, but I went to a restaurant the other day and I had a pelican curry. It tasted delicious, but the bill was
my God.
Oh, OMONDI.
OMONDI. Oh my
all right.
God.
So Solo's in the house. I spoke to Solo today. He's doing really well. Big up Solo, and enough respect to you. Stephanie Griffiths as well, saying hopefully Saturday we're back to vitality. 3 points needed desperately, no doubt about it. It's the preview show. Kieran, how you doing, Kieran? Everyone give him a wave. He said, I don't think the result makes much difference. The season is done, so he's on that side with these guys. Dora, the football explorer. We love hearing about Dora's adventures. Simon Warner, how you doing, Simon? He said, good evening. Hope you all had a good day. We're discussing that right now. How was your day, Simon? More importantly, how was your day? Kieran saying again, Liverpool losing. Lovely to hear. They're playing Atalanta, aren't they? Stephanie Griffiths is showing love. Kieran again is saying, Mr. B with his 3-course meal from Asda. Half times on a hunger strike, says Stephanie Griffiths. Looking forward to the match. If Luton can beat them, then surely we can. It will be an embarrassment if we don't. They're talking about Bournemouth. I think they've beaten us already. DK Wilson, where's he from, guys?
Where are we gonna go? I need to think of somewhere. Oh,
East
God.
Coast of United States.
Yeah, you need to come somewhere. It's a big place.
Just name somewhere in the United States.
I don't know.
Pennsylvania.
Massachusetts.
Was it Massachusetts? Is it Massachusetts or is it Pennsylvania?
Massachusetts.
Or maybe he said that Joe Biden is from Delaware. He confirmed my question. He answered my question. So maybe he's from Delaware. DK,
there you
please
go.
tell us.
Okay,
There you go.
We're having Delaware again. I think we've done this before, but Delaware again. Matthew Bassett, how you doing, man? Big up to Matthew Bassett. Hope you're doing well. Simon Warner saying, I'm wearing white and enjoying this big pizza. I'm hoping to keep this t-shirt white. I like Mr. B. I don't know how he did it. Avoided it stains on his shirt. Wizard better say, my friends told me someone who told me they'd fall in love with me is actually trying to turn my friends away from me, and he knows I'm still in love with my late partner, Bunny Boiler. Okay. Fatal Attraction there, a bit of Glenn Close. Simon Warner saying a smash the like button, great bunch, no doubt about it. Pax, so, and tonight, good chicken names. Chris, Stephanie. Next time you get a chicken, can we ask our guys in the comments to name your chickens in future?
Please, if you live in a rural area, more rural area, please tell us the names of your chicken. Oh, God.
Simon's allergic to chicken, so he's not missing out. Love KFC, says Kieran. Good one. Simon again saying, don't ever sing chicken tikka. Am I missing something? Chicken tikka? I don't know. My day's been great. Thanks for asking. So big up, Simon. I hope you're doing well.
Chicken chance on me.
I knew it was coming. Bath was through in there. Bray was speaking overtime. 2 key matches, Bournemouth and Coventry, sum up our season. And big choke, big up to Big G as well. Big up to Andrew Williams, logged into my mods, so people need to behave today. Okay, all right, let's get on with this, guys. As you know, we are kind of discussing the Bournemouth game, but there's so many other subjects. Random, just throw them out there, guys. Over to you.
All right, Ivan Toney, 40 million. Is it a yes or a no? I mean, I've heard a lot of people saying there must be reason why he's going for 40 million. I heard some arse talking about gambling, or re-offending gambling, and Bournemouth knowing what's coming. But I would be glad to take Ivan Toney at the club. People are saying, is he a big head? Is he too big-headed? Is he too up his own arse? Talk to me, guys.
Everyone's quiet. No one wants to say a word.
I don't know. I'm skeptical about him, to be quite honest with you. I'm not saying that he's a bad striker. I think he's a good Premier League striker. However, I don't know. I don't have a particularly good reason for it, but I think he's one of those players who will stay at Brentford and never leave it.
Got a year left.
So he will probably leave, but he's like, I'm not saying he's a mid-table talent. I think it's too harsh, but I think he's just a good player, and I think we need someone, with more quality. And I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but I'm skeptical about him. Maybe his behavior during that whole gambling thing that happened, or betting thing that he was banned, and saying that, it's not my fault, they're attacking me, and they're clear. Like, I don't like that attitude. Just own it up. You got caught, you've been banned or suspended or whatever, and I don't like that kind of attitude. So maybe it's more about his attitude than his footballing talent for me. But I don't know. I wish we had some other options. Yeah, but 40 mil for a Premier League proven striker is not a bad investment.
Bath time. What are your thoughts on Toney? Because Mr. B started this off, and
right. So the first thing I think about with Toney is that he doesn't have much experience of sort of the top levels of football, both internationally and in Europe. He's a good Premier League striker. You've got to think that he's top 6 or 7. He's available. I don't like his character. His track record worries me. I'm fairly sure I saw Toney play for Peterborough United on a stag night many years ago. And the thing is, 40 million, I think, is a decent price for him. But I don't think that we're going to pay 40 million. We paid 50 million for Mount. We haven't seen him all year, and he had a year left on his contract.
But listen, that's the price. That's the price that Bournemouth. Brentford are quoting now.
I think that's a decent deal. My only concern, right, is with Rasmus Højlund, who cost 70 million. I'm not of the belief that Rasmus Højlund needs a player to come in and teach him. Like, I always think that you improve as a player when you have someone who is better than you, and you've got to get them out of the team. Right, that you've got to get up to their standard and things. Like, I don't think that, like, you know, he's going to go and sit down and have classes with Ronaldo, and Casemiro's going to come in and teach Kobe Mainu how to slide tackle recklessly. Like, you improve as a player when there's better competition, like in the squad. Tony coming in gives better competition, but my main concerns are about his mentality and his ability to step up at United. And the other thing is that I think that squad can go one of two ways with bad apples in there. So I'd really want us to do our homework and not get another Jadon Sancho, for example, or even a sort of a Paul Pogba who destabilizes the team ethic. So I'm not against getting Ivan Toney the player in, but it's Ivan Toney the person that concerns me. I think he brings too much baggage.
Okay, good points there, guys. Just go to the comments quickly. Matthew Bassett's just reminding us he's got 1 year left in his contract, so that's probably why the price is so low. Kieran's saying here, don't like him and don't want Tony. He's a Liverpool fan and always talking us down. I haven't heard that, but it's true. Maybe it's true. Big G saying, no, I don't think he's got the right mentality for Man United, to be honest. We deserve better, saying, I think Tony's the minerals to be a good, really good United striker. So we're getting different views here. Emma, how you doing? She says, I do think he could handle the pressure. However, he can't be talking on Twitter. Does he do that? I'm not sure. Simon Warner saying Tony would fit into Arsenal and wasted at Chelsea. Andrew saying 40 million is a bargain. I'll take a chance on that. Abba Themes, take a chance. Okay. But I think it's all paper talk. Money. Matthew Bassett saying, I think first thing is how much do we have to spend in the summer? Okay, look at our budget. Mr. B usually likes to look at those figures. And then how much are our other targets going to cost as well? All right, so he's looking at the books there. Stephanie's saying here, Tony's wages might be interesting. Never mind the fee. Plus, he takes most set pieces, including penalties. Bruno won't be happy. And I think he would be good to have in the squad, but I don't think he would like to be on the bench. All right, guys, can I just chip in? Can
I ask you a question? Is he better than Rasmus at this present time and moment? Is he?
Yes.
So what's the issue?
Age.
Well, for me, there's no issue. There's no issue for me. We had a show. We cover all this with our transfer talk. There was a show a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a couple of months ago. They're talking about 70, 80 million. Brentford saying we won't let him release him for less than 70 or 80 million. To hear 40 now, that's a good deal. For one, playing for a lower team, he scored a lot of goals. I know some of them penalties, but he is a better penalty taker, I think, than Bruno.
Is this what you've been asked, Amondo?
Sorry?
You've been asked if he's a better player than Højlund.
Have I? Well, did Mr. Beach ask me if he's better than Højlund? Oh, yeah. You did. No, you did, didn't you?
No, I did. But I just wanted to get the question out before you went on to your.
At the moment, he is. And I think you need to have competition for places. So I would like to have Tony for 40 million. The attitude thing, it's one bad thing for me. There's a guy called HS Tiki Toki. I don't know if anyone knows him.
You want to Dora's chickens?
yeah, that's right. There's a new name for his chicken. But he's a big celeb on TikTok and Instagram. Right. Flash guy does, made it. Essex boy. HS Tiki Toki. And he goes to Marbs. Yeah, go to Marbs or Dubai, Flash and everything. He met Tony. He filmed himself with Tony at a swimming pool party in Marbella or one of these resorts where all the British go over in the summer in Spain. And Tony didn't come across well for me. He came across like an arrogant, sort of big time Charlie.
I think I've seen this, Simon, though.
Oh, really? Okay, go on.
I think I've seen a clip. Is it the one? Liverpool. Yeah, well, he's at a beach setting, a summer setting, and he's just dissing Brentford.
Yeah. That was prior to that. He did diss Brentford. But this is HS TikTok who would come up to him. He's like, yeah. And he's like, I play for the Prem. I'm a Prem player. I'm this, I'm that. But you can see he's just like, he's one of these guys in the club who's really styling it. Go and have a good time. Don't stand there like I'm a Prem footballer and I'm the bee's knees. Brentford.
I mean, I don't care about these things if they produce on the pitch. Like, I don't think anyone cared about Bex apart from Fergie, like running around in skirts and cat suits and things. Because
so, what is it that we want? So what do we want? A goal scorer who comes and scores goals, or do we want somebody who's going to not get up people's noses or rub people the wrong way?
My point is,
sorry.
Big thing that was mentioned is the character. We want someone who's going to have the right mentality to play for Man United. He's never had that move. He was at Newcastle. He dropped down and went to Peterborough and worked his way up, and obviously went to Brentford. He's obviously a good player, but there's something in the past which makes him think, why is he still at Brentford at 28 years old, even though he's England international, scoring a lot of goals? What is it? I don't know. I have to put my ear to the ground or ask one of these pros that knows something about him and why people haven't touched him just yet. I don't know what's going on. That's what gives me a question mark about him. Maybe there's something. And with the Breton scandal, with the talk that he's had about Brentford in the past, undermining them, there's a few things that we need to clear because we don't want any more bad eggs.
I think he was going to get his move before the gambling came out, and one of the things that we have to sort of really investigate about the gambling, and this comes from, is it Tonali who's at Newcastle?
Yeah, Sandro Tonali.
Yeah, I believe Tonali might have been caught again gambling because he's an addict. And things like that. I mean, we need to I know it sounds silly, but we need to make sure that Tony doesn't have an addiction problem to gambling, because I still have issues about Rio being suspended for a year for his inability to go to a drugs test. I don't think that that's good enough. But one of the Mr. B, I know the point you're trying to make about, do we want good boys who are good on the dressing room, or do we want someone who can score goals? What we need to do, for me, is we need to look at teams like Arsenal and Liverpool and how they got into positions to challenge Manchester City. And the way they did it was by assembling a core group of players with potential that improved and grew in confidence and grew as a team. I'm not sure getting a 29-year-old Tony, and he will make... There's no doubt for me that Tony will boot Rasmus out of the team. Tony is much better at all these things, but I think that will hold the team back in the long run, because then in 2 or 3 years, we'll need to replace Tony. Rasmus, won't be at the standard because he hasn't had the game time. So then we need to go out and get another striker, as it were. So I think that we need to take a longer term look of how to build a team over 3 seasons to challenge for the league. And I'm not sure that Tony is part of that for me.
But can I ask the question as well? Who is the leader in this team? But a true leader. We always say that the spine of the team, or as you said, Beth, time when you were talking about Liverpool and City, the core group of players are the leaders. They are there to put their hands on the maybe younger players or players that are struggling. Ooh. And get them to the right path, and just motivate them and tell them off if something they do is wrong. Or who is that in this team? Because I'm really struggling to pinpoint it right now, in all honesty, because we don't play.
I've got a feeling, Dora, that OMONDI is going to say someone that makes your parrot get upset.
Oh, you're going to say Harry Maguire?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's like a silent leader in the locker room, more than on the pitch, because I didn't see anyone saying a bad word about him. They always say that he's a good lad and all that, but I just don't know. It's so weird with this team. It's so weird with this team because I think half of the team is just protesting every single game. They just don't want to play for the manager and for the club, and the other part of the squad is just going through motions, or they're trying their best but they're not good enough. So, or they just simply they're lost because they don't want to turn their backs on the manager, but they just cannot execute his shambolic tactical tactics or whatever. So I'm really struggling. So, and but as you guys said,
captains we have at the club, we got Lindelof, who's the Swedish captain.
Yeah,
we've got Casemiro, who's the Brazilian captain. I would think Lisandro Martinez is a galvanizing presence. I would think that he's probably seen as a leader. Bruno Fernandes, I think, isn't 29. Sorry, my bad. We deserve better. I like the fact you give him the correct date. Who's going to say Bruno? Love him or hate him, is a captain and he is a leader. I think what it comes down to is whether they're the right leaders or not. Because with Kobe, Garnacho, Willie, maybe Harry Amas is coming into the team and stuff. Maybe it's a different type of leader that
I think they respect him a lot. I think they respect him a lot. To be fair, I think Bruno. Yeah. I think the younger ones. I think maybe. I said I've got a kind of in my head. Maybe it's full of smoke. To be fair, but I think the younger ones respect Bruno. Maybe the older ones don't, and maybe that's why the younger ones are the ones tried on the pitch, and the older ones are the ones who don't give a shit.
Interesting that. So you talk about leaders. Let me just say this: look, if we want to close the gap, I think Tony is a good player to buy. He's Premiership proven, and I think we might change our tune if he gets ahead of Watkins or becomes the second striker for the Euros this summer. And on the big stage, because you said he hasn't got the experience, but on the big stage, he does in the Prem, on the big stage for England internationally, he could do something special. I think he's got that about him. You talk about the penalties, crunch time, whether it goes to a shootout or if he's in the game, he will take the penalty. He's cool as ice. His stock will go up as well. So I think if we are going to make a move, we should do it before the Euros, because it seems to me Gareth Southgate likes him a lot. And after the ban and his reputation being soiled, he's brought him into the England squad, you know, and he played him the other day. So he's definitely having a look at him. Watkins scored tonight as well in the Europa League or the Conference League, wherever they're playing. So these are former Brentford players, two Brentford players who are likely to be the understudy for Kane at the Euros. And I think if one of them gets a chance, an opportunity, especially Tony, he could do it. I think he could do the business. And then the next thing you know, the whole of Europe are after this guy. And we're going to say, how do we miss out on him? One, he's got the quality. There's question marks about the character. But by the end of this year, I think for a lot of players that we're discussing, whether it's Foden, whether it's Saka, whether it's Harry Kane, they domestically, in the European Champions League as well, and then by the end of the summer with the European Championships, a lot of these players' stock could be sky high, and we could be looking at them and saying, my God, they are world class. It's a legacy year, I believe. And I think for Tony, he should be realizing that he could get a big move off what he performs for the rest of the season.
Does that not worry you? Does that not worry you about big move? Like Shaw's contract, Rashford's contract, players that think they've made it when they come to United and coast. Like, I have no issue.
Can you see him coast? Can you see his attitude being the kind that would coast?
Yeah, because he coasted. He didn't do anything for a year, did he? Like, he was out of the game for a year.
But when he's come back, don't you think he's played well?
Yeah, he's been fine, but it's a Euros year, and he's got to prove that. Like, I think that the whole culmination would be Tony getting a big move somewhere for him, and we've been stung by this so many times. Dora, you had your hand up. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to ask, can we even entice him to come? Because Arsenal are apparently, they apparently want him, since even last January or last summer or whatever. And Chelsea are, trying to get him as well. Can we entice him with this project that we have right now? And I know that, we are, doing something, we are changing the board members, or, we are putting the football in people in the official places, or, in administrations and, technical directors and all that. But is that going to be enough? I don't know. I'm truly lost on this squad, to be quite honest with you. I'm really lost.
When you put it like that, Dora, and you think about Tony, think about the top teams and which teams Tony gets into, right? He's not getting in at City over Haaland. No. But does he start for Arsenal? I think he does. Does he start for Chelsea? I think he does.
Yes.
Does he start for Liverpool? I think he does. I think he's better than Darwin Núñez and can play that style of football.
Yeah.
Does he start for Villa? That one's a bit questionable because Watkins is
yeah.
good. Does he start for Tottenham? I think he probably starts for Tottenham.
He starts because Son is playing there currently in Richarlison. But yeah,
so it's only one team in the whole. It's only one team in the Prem. I'm taking
basically
Tony for 40 million, man.
I think I've convinced myself we've got to take Tony for 40 million.
Yeah,
that's how we come to conclusions.
Yeah. Well done. Think tank. Stephen Griffiths is saying, is Watkins better than Tony? Good question. I think they're similar.
I think they're different. You know, they're different style of players. I think Tony's
a central player and Watkins is a wide player.
Yeah, and I would rather have a central player. To be fair,
it's like Watkins is someone you want to compare more with a Rashford than with a Tony for me. Like they're two different styles.
Simon's saying Tony will be a one-season wonder. Then, like Rashford, his goals will dry up in the second season. We need more Dallots. Talking about character, that's from Emma. We deserve better saying they'll be saying he's lazy next. Oh, and then they say he has no football intelligence, blue balls or whatever. That's from We Deserve Better. DK Wilson say Rio fully explained his drug test, and no one of standard has refuted it. The league hung him out to dry. 29 years old. Ivan Toney just turned 28 a couple of weeks ago. We've done that.
Sorry.
Love to have someone who's scoring goal talent of Foden, who is on fire right now. Yeah, what a fantastic player he is. There isn't any Dora talking about characters.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr.
True.
That's good.
There's only 5 of them, apparently.
Talk about leaders, not chickens. Maguire is the closest to leader that we have. Countered by Simon, said Maguire leader. You kidding me? Maguire couldn't lead children crossing the road. DK Wilson say Kobe and Casemiro talks him through the situation on the pitch. We get 5 years out of Tony. Buy him at 40 million. Says we deserve better. So yeah, it's conclusive. We're getting there. From what I read, we'll be uploading at least 11 players in the summer, and we need someone with good leadership skills as well. Andrew's with it. He's saying, I think Tony's worth a punt at 40 million. Might be stunned if he goes for less than 70. And just running through, big up all the guys. What he thinks Watkins is better. Bilal's just in the house. I had to read out your comment because he's just arrived. So yeah, I'm with you, Bath Time. After that discussion and brainstorming, I will vote. I veto to get Tony in before his price goes up and his stock goes up from the Euros, because I think he's going to be playing in Euros this year. What do you guys think in the comments?
We've got a bit of a shock from the comments. I put a poll up with 9 votes, and at the moment, 44% are saying yes, and 56% are saying no to Ivan Toney.
Wow.
Which I find surprising.
You're allowed to change your vote, guys.
No, it's close, isn't it? And I'm less on the fence now, but I can understand why people might. I mean, like, look, if Harry Kane comes onto the market, let's go get Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Like, if Tony comes onto the market, you've got more things to think about, I think.
So if Harry Kane comes onto the market, he's not going to stunt Højlund's growth, like, because he wouldn't play.
Yeah, but Harry Kane, I think, is a world-class striker, and it's very difficult to turn down a world-class striker that is Premiership proven and has huge motivation to score goals. Because for some
even
reason,
at 30, even at 32, if he would be coming back, even if it was the end of this season. Yeah. So that wouldn't be another one of those buys that we do every three years. Larson, Ronaldo, Cavani. You wouldn't be putting him in the same boat, no?
No, because Kane has brainwashed himself into thinking that the Premier League all-time goal-scoring record is of huge importance. And, like, so if he comes back, I know that Harry Kane will be after goals. Right? And
well, he ain't gonna bloody come to us then. We don't supply with any, do we?
Yeah, but he can make his own. Like, I think Harry Kane is a great player, and I just take him. I take him in a heartbeat. But the point I'm making is not let's go and get Harry Kane. It's that I think Tony is a more nuanced discussion because that there are still a few doubts for me, but I've convinced myself that for 40 million, it's something we should go and try and do.
And also, if we sign to Ivan Toney, I don't think that will, stop Højlund, progression. Højlund's progression. I think that's I think why, like, if you play more, especially as a young player, you're getting, more experience, you are, developing. I think that won't, stunt his, how do you say it, his development, because I think that Højlund was supposed to be like a second striker for this team, in all honesty, but Martial, like, because he's a project. He's a young project that we overpaid, in my opinion. But with Martial being injured and the club not signing either Kane or an established, experienced number 9, really put him. We threw him into the fire, Højlund, in this season especially. So I don't think if we sign Ivan Toney, I hope so that we sign a quality striker next season, or this summer. I don't think that will stunt his progression, in all honesty.
Just to add, I think the unspoken rule in football is that if you're going to play international football, you want to be playing for a big club. And I think he'd be getting advised, it's time to move on. You're on the cusp of getting into the England side now. You could take over, maybe if Kane's injured or something. You're the second man at the moment. So you've got to seize that opportunity and go and play for a big club at the end of the season. Go and sign for one at least, I think that's going to happen. Whether it's Man United, I'm not sure. But obviously, coming with the reputation he's got, the selling points are he wants to be a first-team player. And he deserves to be a first-team player on credibility alone, because he scores a lot of goals in the Premier League. So, yeah, that was a good start. Just to trump the poll, my vote is that I think we should sign it for 40 million. That will make it up to 48, 52%. What do you guys think? Let's wrap it up with the panel. We get the final vote on this. Mr. B?
Sorry.
Am my maths wrong?
sorry, no, we're just.
You brought it up.
I'm taking him. I'm taking him. And wages wise, people are saying, "Oh, overpaid." What is overpaid? Are we happy to pay him 200 grand a week? Are we good with that? Is that overpayment for a 28-year-old England international?
200 grand a week?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Overpaying?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Can I just say as well, Dora, what do you think of this? There was an allegation or a claim made by Paul Merson. I don't know if you remember him. He had a lot of addiction issues. He was saying that the gambling guys like Tonali and our boy Tony have been treated unfairly because they've got an addiction, and that's just, they're looking at it the wrong way. Gambling is an addiction. It's everywhere around football, on the hoardings, on your shirts.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? I mean, do you think it's a bit unfair to ban something like that for an addiction problem, which he could claim? I remember Michael Douglas, when he got caught out cheating, he said he had a sex addiction, and everyone accepted that. So what are your thoughts on that, Dora, with Tony?
Is Tonali banned as well for a year?
Yeah.
I think the media, Tony, with some of his statements, didn't help himself, because he said that that's not him and that he kind of didn't do it. But I think that Tonali's thing. I think that Tonali was more protected by the media, in all honesty, because he made himself a victim immediately. And I think he has a good PR team behind him, because you know what? You just came from Italy. You are like a talented Italian international who came from Milan. Was he signed from Milan? I think so. He came for a big money to Newcastle, who changed their whole leadership, Saudi owners and all that, and they protected him immediately. And I honestly think that he made much worse things, made much worse things. He did more gambling or whatever, because in Italy that's a normal thing. Let's not it's not even about Calciopoli and all that. It's just, it is what it is. It's Italy, right? It's not just here. It's on Balkan. It's the gambling and the hidden gambling, and the match fixing is huge in this part of Europe. It is probably in England as well. It is probably in England as well. It's just that people are more subtle about it, and I think that media attacked Tony more for that whole gambling thing. I think Tonali was immediately protected by Newcastle. They rallied their fans saying, "Oh, he's an addict," blah blah. I saw more headlines about Tonali being an addict than Ivan Toney.
Yeah, but
I'm
Dora,
just going to say that.
Have you seen that film, The Minions? Right, them little yellow people.
Yes.
Like, they're absolutely desperate to be sort of ruled and to have a leader. Yeah?
Yeah.
Those are basically Geordies. Like, they will do whatever anyone will tell them. Like, sports watching from Saudi Arabia. Like, they're out of control with their submission up there, to be honest. Like,
yeah. You know what's funny, guys? We spent 15 minutes talking about my chicken and about chicken, what we ate, and then we spent half an hour talking about Ivan Toney, which is cool. It's news, but we haven't even touched the preview.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. B, that was your topic. We went in on
I'm
that.
sorry.
Dora, I'm coming to you. What have you got? Is something you want to bring up? Something on your mind? Not don't say chickens, whatever you do. But something else on your mind that you want to discuss.
Team news, because honestly, guys, I don't even know who's injured anymore.
Okay.
I tried to find it. I checked out the Manchester United official page, and I'm still lost, to be quite honest with you. I looked, but I haven't found anything. So please enlighten me about our team news, and some kind of thoughts about, after that. Who we played even less?
We got Bournemouth.
Liverpool. We played Liverpool.
Yeah, we got Bournemouth. We got Bournemouth away 5:30 Saturday.
Yeah,
we got 9 players out, Dora.
Oh, that's amazing. So,
can you guess? Can you guess, Dora? I want you to give me the 9 players that you think are out.
Before you do, big up Stephanie Griffiths. Flipping funny. Go on.
So, Rafael Varane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Johnny Evans.
Yes.
Alessandro Martinez.
Yes.
Malacia, even though he doesn't exist. Do we even count him in? Do we even count him in?
He's the balloon boy.
He's like a moon.
Balloon boy.
I said 4 or 5.
4.
4. Oh my God, who else? Who we even have in the midfield?
McTominay's injured.
Oh wow!
No way.
Yeah, he hyperextended his knee in the Chelsea game. He's out for he's out for a few weeks.
Luke Shaw, of course,
6.
the resident, the resident, injured guy, Luke Shaw. Is it Wan-Bissaka?
No. Wan-Bissaka's all right. Who as well as Shaw is
Martial.
Yes,
Martial. That's 7.
Okay, 2 more.
Oh my God.
One is English, one is Swedish.
Lindelof and
he has to get 2 buses.
What do you mean 2 buses?
Is he out?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Rashford.
He's injured as well.
I think it was 3. That's why she didn't get it.
It was 3 buses. 2 chickens, 3 buses.
Wow.
I only understand chicken language, right? I can't believe we are talking. Oh my God, I'm embarrassing myself.
No, don't worry about that. It's
That's
no
a lot of injuries.
Right, so with that, I suppose we could have a look at Solo 11, innit? And see if we can work.
Did Solo know about the injuries?
I think he probably did, to be fair, because he's come up with a banger.
All right.
So we've updated our graphics to include a player.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Good old
Big Willie style.
Good old Mr. Bullock.
Okay.
I'm happy with that team.
So we go through it in bath time? Do you want to go through it?
The only player I would look at changing there is Casemiro for Eriksen. That would be the only thing I would have. I think Mount's unlucky not to start, but to be honest, I just don't want him getting injured either. But so we've got Dalot, Maguire, Willie, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Onana, Kobe, Casemiro, Bruno, Garnaches, Rasmus, and Anthony up front. Decent team for me.
I think that's the best we'll get. So you don't See,
You don't think Mount?
I wonder where Mount's going to play. I wondered where he was going to play at the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
he's fit now. We've got injuries, and he's still not starting. I don't understand where we brought him to play, because the formative system we played hasn't changed. But he's fit and he's not starting. That's all. I was just wondering what position he would be in.
When he started, like for us in those first couple of games, he was playing he was playing right central midfield. Bruno was playing left central midfield as much as Bruno can, and Casemiro was playing at 6. So if he was to come back in, you're basically dropping Mount or Casemiro. Almost certainly Casemiro, and you're putting Kobe or possibly Bruno into the 6. So I think that the midfield that I would play is Kobe Mainoo, Bruno, and Mount, and I play Bruno as the 6.
Oh,
would you?
Yes, I think Bruno's best performances this season have been from centre back, and of all our midfielders, I think that of all our available midfielders, I think he's the best defensively. You look at what he's done against Liverpool in the last couple of games. He started off as a centre half, and I also think that Bruno has a real issue in his game, which is that he can't carry the football very well. Like when he gets the ball, he smashes it. When Casemiro gets the ball, he smashes it. I think in those positions, I want to see someone who can carry the ball and bring the team up the pitch. Kobe, I think, can do it. Mount, I think, can do it. And right now, I think we should be thinking about what the team's going to be next season. Like this season is kind of done for us, I think. So it's about looking forwards. So I would definitely have a look at playing those 3 with Bruno as the deepest player.
Okay, just to add, if Rashford wasn't injured, would Anthony be starting for you guys? Because Anthony, is a bit of retribution for him recently. What do you think, guys?
Rashford doesn't deserve to start. Let's just say what it is, isn't it? He hasn't. I have no idea what he has over Ten Hag. Why Ten Hag insists on playing him. I understand team set up when Rashford plays and he stays out on the left. They have to mark him. They can't not mark him. They can't leave him alone. But when he gets the ball, he does nothing. So they'd be better off not bloody marking him anyway. So I would rather have Garnacho. I think he works a lot harder down that side. And Anthony, to be fair, we've always said Anthony worked hard. He just never had any product to go in the other way. But I'm willing to take that. I would be willing to take that. I don't think he deserves to start the last game. And you know, if you want to be keeping people on their toes, I suppose it's too late for that now. But you want to drop players who aren't performing, and the players who are performing in their positions are the ones you want to play.
The only issue that, right, Mr. B, is that all the leads that we've blown in like the last 10 days have happened when either Rashford or Rashford and Garnacho aren't on the pitch. That it's so important that we have an outlet.
That they're worried about, that the opposition are worried about.
Yeah,
talking about,
otherwise they squeeze us up and things like that. And that is so important to United having that outlet, because unless Bruno and Casemiro have got someone they can bang the ball to, like we can't play football really, can we? So one thing that like I would be really interested to see, like almost as an experiment, is if Garnacho doesn't play and say Eriksen plays at left wing or Mount plays at left wing, and we actually have to keep the ball and move it around instead of playing Ten Hag's transition ball. That's something I'd like to see.
So Mount could come in on the left and Garnacho on the right.
Yeah.
yes.
I think that would be all right, because everyone's gassing Anthony up, right, about a great performance. He gave away a penalty in his great performance and he had an assist. I don't consider that to be something that should sort of keep you in the team. Like, you know, Garnacho hasn't conceded a penalty, has he? Like playing on the right, and he might not look like he's doing the defensive work, but we keep leads when Garnacho is on the pitch, and we give goals away when Anthony is on the pitch. So maybe Anthony isn't defensively as good as we think.
Okay, just a quick one, guys. Dora, I want to come to you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Willie, I mean, he's had a big impact, shouting at the crowd a lot of the time to sort of get them going when he makes a recovery tackle and that kind of thing. Different. He's up against something different this week. He's up against Dominic Solanke, who is not really being considered by the Gareth Southgate for the internationals at the moment, but he's playing brilliantly. It's probably his best season. What kind of threat does he offer? And do you reckon we got enough there with solo 11 to deal with that?
Well, we should. We should. I mean, he scored 16 goals this season, and he buried us last game. We lost 4-0 to Bournemouth. And I think that the biggest issue was that midfield and the way we defended. Like Solanke killed us. Like he doesn't look necessarily huge, but he is big and he's fast. And he is really good on the ball. This season has been absolutely amazing from him. He really, he made the case, to be, considered by some other clubs, maybe try to, maybe some other clubs that are, further up the table, because, remember when Liverpool had him and they said, oh my God, him and Jordan Ibe, or whatever his name was, they are going to be absolutely amazing. Yeah. They got to Bournemouth, Ibe doesn't exist anymore, and Solanke worked his socks off to be where he is today, and he's only 26. Like, he killed us last game. I think Kambala, with his relentlessness and, with his physicality and just, will to play, I would say he has motivation. We obviously saw that he slotted in as a first choice center back or a second choice center back after those injuries. And I think that, he played solidly. I know that, against West Ham when he started, we lost that game, and after that he was slotted in the right back as a sub, and we lost that game as well, I think. But it's not his fault. I think it's always, I don't like blaming the young players because the system just doesn't work, and I think he as a lot of these players has been a victim of that Ten Hag's suicidal system. At the Liverpool game, I thought he was good. Him and Maguire did really well, but we will obviously lack in the possession this game as well. I think we should prep for Bournemouth, which I cannot believe that I'm saying this, but we need to prep for them like we prep for Liverpool, not necessarily beat that much behind the ball, because they are in the end a lesser team, and we should have some kind of possession during the game. But a lot of times during the season, I even saw us against Luton having the lack of the possession and us trying to get them from the counter, and I absolutely hate it. But it is what it is. It's the reality of Manchester United. So I think Kambala slotted in. I think he, in my opinion, played this season better than, for example, someone like Victor Lindelof, who is a senior player.
Right.
Martinez is constantly injured, so I cannot say anything. But Martinez, since he came, like in the beginning of the season, I don't think he was that good because he was playing injured. And then when he came in, he had that one good game, and then after that he was again injured. And then when he got subbed in, he was rusty. He wasn't good. I would argue, better than Martinez, who was injured, throughout the whole season. Varane has been our constant, I would say, even though he's been injured a lot. But even he and I think he was okay, not necessarily amazing, but he was great. But I cannot put Kambala over someone like Johnny Evans, who has been, in my opinion, our best performing centre back. It's just that guy is constantly injured. So
I mean, for this game, Dora, is Willie not the ideal partner for Maguire for Solanke? Like, it's going to be like balls into the box, hold up play. I'm really excited to see what Willie's about, because he's going up against men now, physical men.
I agree, and he's faster. Maguire is big and strong, but he's not fast as Kambala. He kind of, I know this is a bad comparison, probably because every a bit faster center back, it's like he has those shades of Eric Bailly. Like when Eric Bailly came in under Jose Mourinho, he was like, I remember us playing against Arsenal, and Bailly was at right back, and he pocketed Aubameyang, who was at that time the fastest player in the league.
Okay.
And he could have that. He could do that. And I hope that, this game, he won't be rinsed by Dominic Solanke, who doesn't play alone at the front. You have Justin Kluivert as well. I think they need to share that responsibility like they shared the one against Liverpool. I think he will have a good game. I truly believe that Kambale will have another good game, but hopefully, the rest of the guys as well are going to be solid.
Mine is the one that concerns me.
Why?
Yeah, that midfield.
The physicality is like teams like Brentford, Wolves, Chelsea. There've been games where maybe it's the system. I'm not dissing Kobe at all, but the game passed him by and he's found it difficult to affect it. It seems to happen in games with more physical midfields. So with Willie, I think that Willie and Maguire are gonna really have a whale of a time against Bournemouth. It's gonna be Maguire loves heading stuff, and Willie loves fighting and running around and shouting. So it's gonna be great for them. My concern is that our midfield is going to get overpowered because Casemiro is I don't know what analogy to use anymore to describe him, but I watched this film once called Willow, and in Willow they had these acorns. They had these acorns, and if you threw the acorn and it touched you, you turned into stone. But it was quite a slow process, and I feel that's what we're seeing. Casemiro is that his just leg is gradually turning into a statue. I think that Bruno also can be a little bit dodgy against physical teams, not being able to look after the ball particularly well when there's lots of bodies around him. And I think that Kobe it's men's football now for Kobe, and he's brilliant, but the experience isn't quite there yet. So I worry more about the midfield than that centre back pairing.
Mr. B, I mean, they're talking about here about Kobe being a one-chick pony.
Very good.
Yeah, very good. But where they got Billing, big midfielder, similar inside to sort of Nana at Everton. But do you think it is an issue with Kobe, young Kobe?
No, I don't. It's not a wrestling match.
Right.
It's not a wrestling match. What's he going to do? Bump him out the way? Or push him? If he pushes him out the way, it's a foul.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not really into this size thing. Yeah, all right, they're going to win the headers, but Billing's not going to be headering the ball everywhere Kobe is. So when Kobe gets the ball and plays it around him, does that little 2-foot dribble that he does, Billing's done. So
right.
No, I don't see it as a problem. As I said, if you don't get, you can play and make your game not physical. Yeah, I understand there's certain parts of the pitch where you need to be, you probably need to have a little bit more, but no, I think Kobe's fine. I think he'll be fine against Billing.
Do you think he struggled in any games because of the physicality, Mr. B?
Yeah, but it's more when he's probably trying to take the ball from them rather than them taking the ball from him. Because I think he shields the ball and he plays the ball. Yeah. So I think
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's less,
I get that. I do.
The running back, like people running past him, like that. That's what concerns me about him.
I mean, I understand that, but people have been running past Casemiro 3 and 4 times. They stop, tie their shoelace, and they're still ahead of him. So I don't see that.
That's my concern.
Well, if that's the case, then don't play Casemiro.
Yeah. So you're saying
he's got so much more to his game.
Kobe is above Casemiro in the pecking order.
I would have it. Oh God, on Monday, Jesus, guys! Before on Monday starts talking any more chicken jokes, can we get some score predictions in, please?
Yeah, for sure. Can I just throw something out? I've got a point to make. Well done, Solo. That was a good team, and I think Bilal supported your team there, Bath time. He agreed with you totally about Bruno playing deep. Jamie Lawrence, remember him? Jamaican international, played for Bradford. Mm-hmm. He used to dye his hair, black guy. He's a friend of Davis's, and if you listen to what he's saying recently, he talked about the Real Madrid game the other day. He was saying this. He said the game's changed. It's not as good as it used to be. There's a lot of athletes out there, but there's no ballers.
No technical. Yeah, there's no technical players. Yeah, that's why Foden looks so much better than he does.
Yeah, so he's saying about Bellingham. He said, "Yeah, good guy, good player, but he's not great." Yesterday, when he played against Man City, he was anonymous. He wasn't really in the game. But he said as soon as Modric came on, he was impacted the game for half an hour. There you go. Yeah, rub your hand. Because he's a talented player. So you were saying about the physicality side of things. Jamie Lawrence is saying, no, it's not about that. Bellingham, yeah, he uses physicality, but he can only take you so far. You've got to have that talent. And when Modric came on the pitch, he changed the game for Real Madrid and got them back from 3-2 down to 3-3 because he's an absolute footballer. You can't get near him. We've heard the quotes from Gerrard and all the English players when they played against him in the Premier League, but he's a World Ballon d'Or winner as well. So there's a difference with, I think when you see a player like Mainu coming through, yes, he's going to have people trying to munch him, the physical side of the game. But I think when he plays in a good team, he can play football around his team. This is why, apparently, you're getting clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid really interested in a player like Mainu right now because they can play football, get players lost in Bermuda Triangles. There's a myth in the Premier League. Isn't that right, Dora? When Modric came to the Premier League, they had to put him out wide for Spurs, say he can't play in the middle of the park. No way. But once he did, what happened?
I mean, the same old, right? You know, the physicality. With the way most of the teams are trying to play, like the modern football, the Pep era, Klopp era, and all that, of course, people are going to say we need, good match fitness, fitness prepped players that are going to who are going to keep that same tempo of the play for the most of the game, right? I think it's unserious to think that a football player can run for 90 minutes non-stop. I think that's just absolutely insane. But yeah, I agree. It's always, the technicality and, the creativity and the way people are, playing with the ball at their feet. It's going to, of course, that's going to, age better than people, having deteriorating, fitness. Like when you get older, your fitness is worse. But I think also that someone like Luka Modric, he's just one of a kind, in all honesty, because he's 39 and he's changing a game in the quarterfinals of Champions League. And I think that says a lot. And Scholes did that for us as well. He came from the retirement and he helped us win the league. So,
to be fair, yeah. Dora, what did Modric do for Spurs?
Nothing. I think he scored against us. He was
fantastic for Spurs.
Yeah, but did they win anything?
Spurs never win anything.
Exactly. Was he in that team that bottled to Leicester?
No, sure. Modric
left by then.
Yeah, he probably left. Yeah.
Modric was at Spurs since 2007, 2008 to 2011.
Oh, so he might have won a Carabao Cup
League
equivalent.
Cup, Carabao Cup under Harry Redknapp, yeah.
I suppose that makes him a legend then, because he managed to get Spurs a trophy.
They love him. Him and Gareth Bale. Yeah,
all right, let's do the scores.
Gareth Bale.
We all agree that Modric was impeccable. Here's DK Wilson saying 3-1 United. We got 1-1 from James. Big up, James, man. I've seen you in the comments. That's the first comment I've read out, unfortunately. But I've seen you, and I've been meaning to read out a comment from you. Hope you're doing well. Emma's saying 3-1 win. This is away from home, by the way, in that tight little stadium. Where did Bournemouth play the game? I put up, what's the home ground called? I put this up the other day in a quiz. What's Bournemouth
Stadium or something?
There you go. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. 3-4 United says Bilal. That sounds like a good game. Thank you, Solo, for the Solo 11. 2-1 he's going for Man United.
That's not Solo. That's not him. He's a burner account. He ain't got us to win any game since he left the channel. That's not him.
Okay. Whoever that is, thank you. At least it's a positive result. And we've got another positive result. 2-1 Man United against
not Bournemouth. A positive result. That's
2-1.
Oh my God. That's what I said. All right, what do you guys think? Start with you, Mr. Bean. Go around clockwise. Scoreline. We've talked about the game. We talked about chickens. We talked about all kinds of things. But can you tell us now, with the injuries we've got, with all the issues we've got, Rashford's out, what's going to happen on Saturday afternoon?
2-2. 2-2. Yeah, we're away from home. I don't have any confidence in us winning, and I don't think the team's probably going to have the motivation to have to win the game. We're not in the chase for nothing. We're holding on to 6th place. The gap between us and is too big, and I don't think the teams behind us will catch us. So I think it's going to be 2-2.
So you're saying lack of motivation to push on to get top 4.
Yeah.
Dora, what's your scoreline?
I'm not sure, in all honesty. I don't think we have a good track record at Vitality Stadium since Bournemouth, got promoted in 2016, something like that. I remember we first came to their ground and we lost. I think it was under Louis van Gaal, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. It was either Van Gaal or Mourinho's first season. So, and since then, we always had some kind of, we had dodgy results, but you know what? I will be a bit positive, even though I don't believe in that result at all. I will say 2-1 for United, but it's going to be very hard. They beaten us at Old Trafford 4-0, and it was an embarrassment, an absolute embarrassment.
So isn't that revenge enough in Bath time? They beat us 4-0.
I don't know how much pride these players have left in them, to be honest.
Yeah.
We've got Marcus Rashford talking about how many buses he used to catch. I'm actually really worried about this game because Bournemouth do have something to fight for, which is staying in the Premier League.
Oh, right.
So they're in a relegation scrap, isn't it? And
are they?
I thought they were clear.
Yeah, but they're fighting to stay up, aren't they? They're not in the relegation zone. They're in the relegation scrap.
Bournemouth are 12th.
Oh, for God's sake.
And they are... No. Listen to me. And they have 41 points.
Yeah.
And the relegation zone is 25 points. Luton is 18th.
They're safe.
So they're safe.
Okay, can they get you... Well, look, I am always scared of away matches at cowsheds against physical teams for United. It always worries me, and our team is so weak, lads. Like when you take Maguire and Willie out and Delo, I don't think there's any real strength there. Like and look, Agile Beast is correct. I mean, what we're going to get 25 shots? Like that seems to be about the average. I think it's going to be a 1-1. And I suspect that it might be a really late goal conceded again, just to start the weekend off with start off really well. But I'm with Mr. B. I think it's a draw. I worry about the commitment of the players at the moment with Euros coming up and not a huge amount on the table to play for. And Ten Hag has created a situation where I don't think we're going to see an Amad Diallo come on fighting to play against Coventry and get in the cup and things. Like the team just feels stale.
Yeah, they stink. Like, my soup when you leave it outside overnight. But yeah, I will just say this. I will finish my thoughts with this. What did I want to say? Because I'm talking about soups and I forgot what I wanted to say. Sorry about that.
Is it about buying a goat and calling it Luca? Like Luca
Shut
Modric?
up! Don't distract me. Oh God. Just finish it, Omondi, please. I got distracted by farm animals. Sorry.
Talking about the Coventry game, there's no certainty. They score goals as well. Is it a case when we get to this sort of stage of season, FA Cup teams focus on FA Cup, and if you're safe in the table, you can't really predict what's going to happen. I'm just going to go now. I think it's nothing game. I think it's going to be 1-1 draw.
I remembered it. Omondi, sorry for interrupting you. They have something to fight for. They can potentially get to that Conference League place because they are only they have 41 points. We have 49. They are only 8 points behind us, and they're 12 and we are 6th.
Well, the chickens are coming home to roost if that happens. It's definitely saying here, let's hope chickens don't come over. Yeah, there you go. Definitely, you said it there that was a great quote from Malcolm X about JFK way back in the day. Coventry will be a tight game as well. All right, so yeah, not much motivation from the Man United agenda for this game. We just want to see less shots on conceded against us. We want to see a bit of nice football. As Bath time was saying, we want to see something about looking forward to next year, bring some players in who are going to be playing for us next year, and we want to see a win if possible. Guys in the comments, thanks for joining us with the poll. Thanks as also for pressing the like button. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us talk garbage and ghettos and gattos. Gattos and all that kind of thing. And it's I call Dora Chicken Ten Hag from now on. That's from Kieran.
Good one.
Any more chicken puns? You throw them in now before I close the show. I will read them out. The best one for me is from.
Was it a foul on Saka?
Yeah, good one. There you go. If you could beat that one from bath time, I know Steffi put one in earlier. It cracked me up, and Andrew. But here we go. Yeah, James found that funny there. Bath time. And bath time having his resignation in the background. Oh dear. All right. Yeah, bath time types really loud. We know that. Great stream, says Simon, including chickens. Looking forward to the next. Have a great night, guys, and a great Friday. What's on Friday, Mr. B? What
we are on. We will be on tomorrow, and it'll probably just be a chatty show. To be fair. Oh shit! Saturday, I got football on Saturday.
Oh, sugar.
Oh.
Oh,
So what
fuck.
are we doing? A match reaction and a watch along and all that? I can't
We
believe
just
you-
said the watch along. I can't do. It's 5:30. Watch along. I can't do. I'm going to be.
We'll
At
just
football.
tell them to go and watch it with Stefan. It's a good
Yeah.
one to watch.
Yeah. Give them some
Yeah.
views.
Yeah.
And
All right, cool.
post-match show, Dora, are you available?
When on Saturday?
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Maybe I go to a bigger city. Maybe I go out a bit from my farm.
Dora,
Away
you're
from
the
my
only
farm.
one that's going on about your farm, by the way. No
Exactly.
one cares about your
It's
farm.
so funny because Mr. B asked me, do I live on a farm? And
Well,
I'm imagining those German soap operas in my head in Alps, and they have goats and cows and all that.
Yeah,
and
running around.
So
You got your fence that looks like it's made of bamboo with bits missing. There's one little box. I said, look, let me go anyway, Brian. So,
Oh god.
Sure.
Big up James, big up Bilal, big up DK Wilson as well. Where did we say he's from today? Massachusetts, I think.
no, it wasn't Massachusetts. It was
Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Oh, Delaware. Okay.
no.
He asked us.
Yeah.
He told us that he's going to buy us a map of United
Yeah,
States.
if we get a map of the United States, he does it.
Even though
Yeah.
I think we did well with the East Coast states. Please, DK Wilson, teach us.
And guys, don't forget to like the show and tune in tomorrow. We should be going for 9:00. And guys, we've had the decision. I'm going to reveal some. We're having a meeting this Sunday, and one of the agenda items is we want to watch the Champions League. We're really impressed with what we're seeing in Champions League. We need to scout and watch these top games. Who enjoyed Man City versus Real Madrid?
Amonde, is that what you're asking now? You're ending the show, bro.
Do it tomorrow, Amanda.
Do it tomorrow.
All right. We're talking because I really did. KFC, surely. And clap from Emma as well. I'm going to wrap up the show, guys.
Yay!
It's been finger licking good, and we're out, guys. Thank you very much, Dora. You're a good sport. You took it on the chin. Big up, Mr. B. Big up, Barton. Big up, everyone else in the comments. We are signing. Good night.